Cass, I think the frustration for Spurs will be that they kind of actually killed this game off before Wolves scored their 2 goals. I think overall, I think a draw would have been fair, but when the momentum's going your way as it was, Wolves only got the equaliser. Wolves went on to get the win. How detrimental to Spurs' next few fixtures, and that there's a break coming up, obviously we know, do you think the absentees of their suspensions and injuries will be? Because they've got some tough games coming out as well. Yeah,
you've got Man City coming up, haven't they, as well? Yeah. It's going to hurt. Losing a game in that manner, of course it would. 5 key players, it makes a big difference. You're not going to win your games without your best players, especially, look, let's get this right. If you said to me, the best management tactical decisions I've seen so far this season, Gary O'Neill. The way he made his substitutions with, obviously, Sarabia, isn't it? Sarabia. Pablo, isn't it? So Sarabia. He came on, but you see Gary O'Neill telling him to play in the pocket and in between the midfield and the back line. He's literally indicating him. You see him on the sideline, sending him where to go and where to run. Isn't it ironic the 2 goals came in behind midfielders running into space coming on? Lamina did a similar thing, which was terrific. I would say it was one of the best coaching decisions I've seen so far this season. I'd add into that, I think Ant Nouri's probably the worst I've seen at set pieces, because his set pieces were absolutely atrocious yesterday. I thought Tim Robinson, the referee, was superb. Now, a lot of Wolves fans have had anger. They've been on the wrong side of a number of decisions so far this season. But the way he let the game flow, and lots of Wolves fans, you could hear them were getting angry because of the what's happened in the past, but getting frustrated. I thought it was brilliant to see a referee in Tim Robinson let the game flow. And it made it an entertaining one. Look, Wolves got over the line. Tottenham could have got something out of it, but got to say, I thought substitutions were a massive, massive difference in this game. And fair play to Gary O'Neill, because he's got a good Wolves side there.
He does.
And Neto not being available
I was
as
just going to say as well,
anybody.
yeah, I agree. I was just going to go on to that, yeah. To do it without him, I think was impressive as well. I'm really liking Gary O'Neill.
Sarabia's goal was tremendous.
It was a lovely goal.
Just
to mention everyone, the touch and the finish, it was pure quality. For Spurs, you think that between now and Christmas, they could be in for a rocky period?
Yeah, well, I said start November. I said 6 weeks' time, when we get to mid-December, we'll see, because Tottenham have got some real challenging games. It's been a great start. Again, I spoke about this earlier, about having all the optimism. Angie's job now is to reaffirm that where they are, how they've done. But it's going to be a tough challenge, because they've lost some big... Van der Ven's a big loss. And we obviously know about Maddison, but Van der Ven has been superb. And also Romario, who had a great start to the season, suspended for 3 games.
He is.
So that heart of their defence has really been effective.
I will say about Spurs fans, to be fair to them, I think they have been actually quite fair-minded in terms of where they think they are. I've not heard too many Spurs fans getting too carried away with where they are. I think they're kind of appreciating it's been a great start. We're enjoying our football. We've got a manager that wants to be here. Youngsters coming through. The vibe I'm getting from them is this probably will end at some point, but while it's here, we're just enjoying it, and let's see how far we can take it. They're not getting too carried away. So obviously I hope that it does end here now. But they've not been too unrealistic, I think, in thinking where they possibly could
there was a lot of warning signs before the game yesterday. A lot of people, we had Stuart Pearce on. I talked about how difficult a game yesterday this would be for Spurs, and largely up until the 90th minute they've ended up losing the game. But they're a side that, with pace, Cunha in midfield, we're always looking for the perfect player, aren't we? But boy, he's got some talent. He can really run at you and hurt you with his direct running. Just a little bit more purpose at the end of his, and the third part of the pitch. He just needs to make a difference there.
Everton, they won away at Crystal Palace yesterday. A late goal from substitute Idris Gueye helped them beat the London side at Selhurst Park. Now, Everton have won 5 of their last 6 games in all competitions. There's a winner at West Ham in there as well. They've also won this season at Brentford and at Villa. They seem to be liking life on the road. Are they an example, Cass, of a team that, even at their worst, if you let their manager, someone like Sean Dyche, have time and just get on with his job, you start to then eventually see the fruits of the labour of what he can do? Are we starting to see now okay, the work he's been doing for the last year is now coming to fruition?
Well, I like, look, for a number of years they had Fellaini in midfield, who was a great driving midfielder, 6'3", could get in the 18-yard box and get a goal. It's interesting they got Decore doing a similar thing of late, and Sean Dyche is sort of finding his way in that team where he likes a solid back four, you know, really strict, quite disciplined. Okay, they conceded a couple of goals yesterday. I thought the penalty was incredibly harsh on Everton because I thought Eze dived for the penalty.
You think?
I thought it was never a pen. He got booked not so long afterwards for the second one.
I thought that one was a dive.
Yeah, I thought the
correct.
First one was as well.
Okay.
I mean, Eze is a tremendous footballer. He's very gifted. But the good thing for Palace is that Elise came on and Eze started. So there are some good signs for them as well. But yeah, I think Sean Dyche is now very comfortable with the Everton team he's got. They're quite structured how he likes, quite basic in their four, with a 3 in midfield and 3 up front. And they've been rewarded with some really good performances.